Championship weekend has come and gone. While the Dallas Cowboys have been sitting on the couch since the end of Wild Card weekend, several players have one more game to play. It may be a flag football game, but it is still a reward. The Pro Bowl games are happening this week and Dallas is sending 8 players to the event. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Darren Bland, Brian Anger, Brandon Aubrey, Tyler Smith, Jake Ferguson and DeMarcus Lawrence will all be making the trip to Orlando, Florida. Smith is replacing Zach Martin, who will not participate due to personal reasons, and Ferguson and Lawrence are replacing Nick Bosa and George Kittle of the 49ers who are playing in the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott was also selected but he is opting out according to reports due to the anticipated birth of his daughter. This is the second year in a row the Pro Bowl will be skills competitions followed by a flag football game between the AFC and NFC on Sunday. The Cowboys are a franchise filled with some of the greatest players in NFL history and a lot of them played in the All-Star game multiple years. Even during tough years, rarely were the Cowboys not represented in this game. While a great performance in an exhibition game might not be something a player wants to be known for, some Cowboys have delivered memorable performances. 3. Terrell Owens and Tony Romo, 2008 Pro Bowl. The 2007 Cowboys were one of the most talented in franchise history. They tied a franchise record for wins in the regular season with 13, but bowed out in the divisional round to the New York Giants. That team also sent the most players to the Pro Bowl in NFL history with 13, before the Ravens tied that mark in 2019. Several Cowboys who made it were named the starters for the game, including the two men mentioned above. Tony Romo and Terrell Owens had arguably the best seasons of their careers with the Cowboys that year. Romo threw for over 4,000 yards and Owens had a 1,300-yard season. In Hawaii, the duo continued their success. Romo found Arizona Cardinals receiver Larry Fitzgerald to tie the game at 7. After falling behind 24-7, Romo hit Owens for his second touchdown to pull within 10 points. Romo was benched and the NFC put in Seattle Seahawks QB Matt Hasselbeck, but Owens was not finished. Entering the fourth quarter, the AFC held a 30-28 lead. Tampa Bay's Jeff Garcia took over for Hasselbeck and found an old friend of his to get the lead back. He hit Owens for a 6-yard touchdown to give the NFC a 35-30 lead, giving Owens his second score of the day. The NFC held on for a 42-30 victory. Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson was named the game's MVP with 129 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, but the award could have easily gone to Owens. Still, Owens proved he was still one of the best receivers in the game at the time and Romo showed his career was just starting to take off. The following season marked the last year the duo would play together, but 2007 was a year to remember for both of their careers. 2. Mel Renfro, 1971 Pro Bowl. Young Cowboys fans might not remember Mel Renfro, but he was one of the key pieces of the classic A Doomsday Defense. He made the Pro Bowl 10 times in his career and was named second-team All-Pro 4 times. The 1971 Pro Bowl became Renfro's personal showcase. After losing Super Bowl V to the Baltimore Colts, Renfro made the trip to Los Angeles. The game was scoreless after the first quarter before both teams traded field goals to go into halftime tied up. 49ers quarterback John Brodie broke the tie with a touchdown pass to Vikings running back Dave Osborne. Both teams traded field goals again, making it 13-6 going into the fourth quarter. This was when Renfro took over. He returned a punt 82 yards for a touchdown and then another for a 56-yard score to help seal the win for the NFC with a 27-6 victory. After the game, he was named the MVP along with Green Bay Packers linebacker Fred Carr. Out of all of Renfro's 10 trips to the Pro Bowl, this was his most memorable. Renfro might have been one of the best defensive backs of his era, but he was just as deadly in the return game. He is the Cowboys' all-time leader in interceptions with 52, but also the all-time leader in kickoff return average, clocking in with 26.4 yards in 85 career returns. Renfro helped Dallas win their first 2 Super Bowls in 1971 and 1977, the second being his last game before retiring. He was voted into the team's Ring of Honor in 1981 and the Hall of Fame in 1996. 1. Michael Irvin, 1992 Pro Bowl. Nowadays most see Michael Irvin as the other Cowboys fan that debates alongside Skip Bayless on FS1's Undisputed, but fans from the 1990s know this man was much more than just a passionate supporter of this franchise. Irvin was arguably the biggest reason the Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s. He talked the talk, but he walked the walk. Irvin was voted the Pro Bowl 5 times in his career, and his first trip to Hawaii was the most memorable. In the 1991 the Cowboys made the playoffs for the first time since 1985 and Irvin had his best season. After compiling a career-best 1,523 receiving yards with 8 touchdowns, Ivan took the field along with teammates Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Jay Novacek. The AFC opened the scoring with Bills QB Jim Kelly hitting Dolphins receiver Mark Clayton for a touchdown. The NFC quickly tied the game at 7 after Washington's Mark Rippon hit Irvin for his only touchdown catch of the game. In what turned out to be a low-scoring affair, the NFC won 21-15 thanks to touchdowns from Washington's Gary Clark and San Francisco's Jerry Rice. Irvin might have walked away with only 1 touchdown catch, but he also walked away with the game's MVP award. He finished with 8 catches for 125 yards along with the touchdown. Irvin's performance marks the last time a Dallas Cowboy was named MVP of the Pro Bowl. The next season began the Cowboys' dynasty of the 1990s. Irvin and the rest of the triplets won their first title in 1992, proving to everyone Dallas was on the verge of being back on top in the NFL. Known as the Playmaker, Irvin retired after the 1999 season, earning a spot on the All-Decade Team of the 1990s. He was voted into the Hall of Fame in 2007.